Well, today Joe V is learning all about the science of sword fighting.
He is at a studio that teaches both history and the martial arts. He joins us live to tell us about a special event that will combine those two subjects and a whole lot more. Hi, Joe.
Hey, good morning, guys. Yeah, we're here at the Academia Duellatoria. I'm with Jeff Richardson. How are you?
Pretty good.
It's great to see you. As Kim and Sean just mentioned, a martial arts studio. Now, when a lot of people hear martial arts, they think strictly like, karate, kung fu. You teach some of that, but a big focus of what you do is kind of like the Western martial arts, right? Sword fighting and stuff from Europe, correct?
Correct, yeah. We've got a karate program, but what we're known for is our teaching of historic European martial arts. Mainly oriented around the various swordplay arts, so we do a few other things too. And
next week, they'll be participating in a special event at OMSI. It's an OMSI After Dark, exploring the medieval sciences. Explain to me, Jeff.
So the medieval sciences are the sciences of the creation of basically everything you use in life. Much of the medieval sciences are based around Renaissance and medieval philosophy. So sacred geometry, understanding of worldviews, those types of things.
And for instance, you were talking to me about swords. Like, you're going to actually be giving a talk, you're going to be doing demonstrations, but also giving a talk on kind of like the geometry and the math even of sword fighting, right?
Right. So one of the things that you get is something known as sacred geometry. So you've all heard of the golden mean, those types of things.
I heard about it. Couldn't tell you what it is. Anyways.
And they use this to lay out the geometry of how they create a sword for its finished shape. That ties into the physics of the sword, its balance points, its point of percussion, the vibrational nodes that come down the sword, and how they all work together to make a workable sword.
And you're also going to be learning about making swords and armor and all that sort of stuff too, as well,
yeah,
right?
We'll talk about armor. We'll talk about glancing surfaces, the way armor works, a lot of different things.
Okay. Now, the event itself is actually 1 week from tomorrow, right? It's the 31st.
It's Wednesday night from 6 to 10, I believe, at OMSI.
And all other sorts of interactions between, or I guess intersections between the medieval age and science, whether it's learning how moats work or catapults or even the plague, you name it. For more information about it, just go to kptv.com. Jeff, thank you very much. Do appreciate it. So, guys, coming up in a little bit, we're going to get a little hands-on here at the Academia Duellatoria. And I don't know, do you think this might fit a certain reporter who may go unnamed?
Well, I think we might have had it on you once before.
Okay, all right. We'll have a can opener on standby just in case I can't get out of it. But more to come in just a bit. Kim and Shauna, back to you in the studio.
Today, Joe V is taking part in some early morning sword play. He is in Southwest Portland at a unique martial arts studio and learning about a special event that will take place later this month. Hi, Joe.
Hey, good morning, Kim. Yes, we are back here once again at the Academia Duellatoria, where I could really go for a little oil here. I just think I need to get the Scarecrow and the Cowardly Lion, and I'll be in business. We are back now with Matthew Howden. How are you this morning, sir?
I'm doing well. Yourself?
Well, I'm doing fine, except for that giant sword hanging over your shoulder there. Academia Duellatoria, a martial arts studio. They specialize in the Western martial arts. We're talking sword play that dates back, in some cases, centuries, and they're going to be doing demonstrations. They're one of a number of people at a special event. It's called Medieval Science, OMSI After Dark, where you're learning all about the science behind the medieval times. Not just sword play, but that's kind of a big part of it. That's certainly what I'm most interested in, so that's what we're talking about today. And you're also, there's an armorer that's going to be there talking about that, and you actually have books about creating suits of armor and kind of the science and art involved with that, right?
Absolutely.
Tell me a little bit, before we get into our little demonstration here, the basics of the science and the approach on building a good suit of armor.
Well, one of the big things that we're worried about with a suit of armor is that flat pieces of metal don't respond really well to getting struck directly.
Okay.
They tend to crease, deform, distort. Now, when you're trying to shape it into a suit of armor, that's a good thing. But when you're trying to keep it from, say, letting you get killed with a sword, you really don't want that to be flat. You want that to be nice and curved, because...
So that's why you've got like all these kind of angles on it and that sort of thing is what you're saying.
Absolutely, yeah, because a curve is going to tend to distort the incoming blow, so that it's going to glance instead of just catching it and folding.
Okay, yeah. Would you, dear sir, thank you. So I'm looking at my helmet right here, and this is kind of what you're talking about, all these different angles and that sort of thing. So
absolutely,
we're going to do a little demonstration. You're going to demonstrate for us why you want it like that. So go ahead. I'm at your mercy,
so
sir.
If I swing the sword in here, because of the curve,
it's
going to tend to glance off a little bit more.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
Instead of that.
who turned out the lights, for one thing. Okay, but, I have to say, little disconcerting, but I still have my head, and I guess that's the important thing.
Absolutely, yeah.
What about
and
the
in a
other
proper
parts here?
mask, this would have a little lock to keep that from popping out.
Okay, all right. Anything else while we're doing that?
Well, similarly, right here, you've got, we call this articulation.
Yes.
So this allows the movement of the arm, because if you have a suit of armor that's perfectly protected, you're going to be completely immobile.
Now, show me how you would you strike this too. And while we're doing that, I'll tell the folks at home that OMSI After Dark, once again, it's going to be next Wednesday, the 31st, at OMSI, of all places. For more information, just go to kptv.com. You know, I think we're good. I think we got the idea there. Thank you so much for that. That was lovely. Kim, more to come a little bit later in the show. I think it's my turn to hold the sword. What do you think?
We'll do that next.
And King, I still have all my arms and hands, right? We're good there? I just want to make sure, because that was a little close. We'll send it back to you in the studio. More to come in just a bit.
Yeah, look. Today, Joe V is learning all about the science of sword fighting.
Yeah, he is at a studio that teaches both history and the martial arts, and Joe's live to tell us about a special event that will combine those two subjects and a whole lot more. Hi, Joe, you in there?
Yeah, I'm feeling a little bit like a can of sardines, guys. Thank you very much. And this man has the can opener. We'll get to that in just a second. But we are back once again at Academia Duellatoria. They are a martial arts school. They specialize. They're known for teaching the ancient Western martial arts. So swordplay. Think of, Three Musketeers, Robin Hood, you name it. That's the kind of stuff that you can learn here. They're going to be participating in an OMSI Science After Dark all about the medieval sciences. And Matthew, as I come over here, I noticed on your board you have some physics equations here. Force equals mass times acceleration. Moment equals force times distance. How does all this relate to the science of sword fighting?
Well, we're basically swinging sharp levers at each other.
Okay.
Right? So we've got torque, we've got force. We're applying force violently into another body. Right? And I can do this best since I can't really manipulate the mass of the weapon. I can manipulate force best by manipulating the velocity of the weapon.
So show me an example here of what you're talking about.
So instead of taking a really big swing from the shoulder, don't worry, I won't hit you, right? Like this.
Okay.
Which seems like it ought to be really big and strong.
Yeah.
Instead, what I want to do is I want to speed this up. So I'm going to take the arm, I'm going to move it in a straight line.
Okay.
And I'm going to move this around a very small rotation point.
Gotcha, okay. And that sounds and seems a lot harder. May I?
Absolutely.
I want to just get a couple strikes in here. So I want to keep kind of in a straight line, not that. We don't want to be doing that. More like this.
There, follow through with that.
Okay, cool. Well, I tell you what, we've got just a little bit of time left.
Okay.
I've got a suit of armor, you've got a shield. Let's apply this, shall we? I'll mention that the OMSI After Dark event is May the 31st at OMSI, of all places. In addition to that, you were telling me summer camps and all sorts of stuff, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Those are coming up in June, right, Jeffrey?
And can I just say that you're really good at, is this all you got? I thought you're like the instructor here, the tech guy. Okay. Where'd you go? All right, yep, I got it, okay. Where'd he go? Matthew, thank you. All right, hi, nice to see you. Nobody's home. For more on Academia Duellatoria and OMSI After Dark, just go to kptv.com. Guys, that'll wrap it up. And if you're keeping track, I believe that's Excedrin headache number 59, 60, and 61. Let's send it back to you in the studio.